listen my show. On the corner me I bring, come chat, voice your concerns. As I share everything, just know it's a general knowledge. VP is my name, please don't spoil it. Big up Portland, St. Thomas, Jamaica and America, come listen my show. On the corner me I bring, come chat, voice your concerns. As I share everything, just know it's a general knowledge. Just know it's a general knowledge. Views expressed, you know the rest. Come chat with DP, call me Damian Phillips. Whoa, ooh yeah, Phillips. Call me Damian Phillips, yeah. Yeah. DP stands for Damian Phillips. To your girl's phone, and is my name DP? Don't feel no way, or just the habit. Politics, politics, it doesn't matter. Me I go talk, bringing light to the lost, so you will get it. DP is my name, please don't spoil it. Big up Portland, St. Thomas, Jamaica and America, come listen my show. On the corner me I bring, come chat, voice your concerns. As I share everything, just know it's a general knowledge. Views expressed, you know the rest. Come chat with DP, call me Damian Phillips, yeah. So if you see your girl's phone and it's my name DP, don't feel no way, or just the habit. Politics, politics, it doesn't matter, me I go talk. Bringing light to the lost, so you will get it. DP is my name, please don't spoil it. Big up Portland, St. Thomas, Jamaica and America. Come listen my show. On the corner me I bring, come chat, voice your concerns. As I share everything, just know it's a general knowledge. Yeah, views expressed, you know the rest. Come chat with DP, call me Damian Phillips, yeah. Come listen my show. On the corner me I bring, come chat, voice your concerns. As I share everything, just know it's a general knowledge. VP is my name, please don't spoil it. Big up Portland, St. Thomas, Jamaica and America, come listen my show. On the corner me I bring, come chat, voice your concerns. As I share everything, just know it's a general knowledge. Just know it's a general knowledge. Views expressed, you know the rest. Come chat with DP, call me Damian Phillips. Whoa, ooh yeah, Phillips. Call me Damian Phillips, yeah. DP stands for Damien Phillips. All who never know. He'll get with it. So if you see a girl from my name DP, my name DP, don't feel no way. Just a habit. Let me say good evening to you, and thanks for being here. I don't know what I delayed it for a while ago. But we're there, we're live. It is a Monday evening, and I'm getting used to this Monday evening. DP Live. And of course, DP stands for Damian Phillips. And I'm live right here on Vibes Corner Radio. So if you guys have not download the app or just follow us on internet, any internet able device is able to stream. Michael, big up yourself. To stream, you can stream Vibes Corner Radio. Biggest, baddest. So we have a lot to talk about tonight. I don't want to waste any time. So again, let me just go through the formality. Good evening. My name is Damian Phillips. I'm here every Monday night, 9 until 10. And as you hear my promo, yeah, talking about politics. I enjoy talking about politics. I love talking about politics. But I want to hear from some PMP callers this evening. Because I promise you, I'm not going to call you stupid, dunce, ignorant, fool, nonsense, toilet, all I need is two things. None of them derogatory. Nope. I want to have a conversation because I keep on saying I haven't drank the orange. Love the music. Thank you. I haven't drank the orange Kool-Aid, so I cannot think like a PMP. I think you have to be gifted, to think like a PNP. Something that I ran into last week and discussing with several people, planning on calling at least one of them to get their perspective live on my show tonight. Before any, I just share something that I saw, and the people them have them defense. What am I talking about? So last week in the closing of the budget presentation, the Minister of Finance draw out the leader of the opposition. Dry him out, dry him out, dry him out, dry him out, dry him out. And his response was no, they did not say they were going to implement all that they had promised in the budget presentation. Right? Them never said that. Now, let's start there. And I have up my thing flat me this evening again, putting up budget 2025. That's not what we're talking about this evening, but I'm going to start with that. I'm just talking about how confused PMP are or is. So when I hear budget, I think of plan. The little layman brain that I have, I think of a plan. Now, when I hear of a budget presentation, I our budget debate, not presentation. It's supposed to be a debate. So debate is for and against. You have one side I put forward for them thing and the other side. Yeah. So what I was expecting to hear Mark Golden and Julian Robinson is to say, listen, this is what the finance minister say, but no, that not gonna work because the finance minister, they can only use the pro box to try and insult her, which I think is dumb. Because I will look over that last week and let me deal with that. The minister, I can play it. The minister did not say in 3 years you'll be able to the little money that you took away, the $2,000 a week a month, will be able to buy a pro box. So again, I think, and this is my opinion, I think the host of the show, Diane Jackson Miller, all angle, I think she misled our listeners, our viewers, and started it right there when she said, Minister, what kind of pro box? I mean, 120-year-old pro box. Because the minister, I thought, and that is my opinion, I thought maybe they had heard that in 3 years, you'll be able to buy a pro box with the money saved up. No. And I play a clip that I got from Senator Marlon Morgan. Was it last week or week before?
think it was week before, where it was explaining it that it's not like you're going to those who are eligible will be getting just $2,000 a month for 3 years. The first year it's going to be so 2024 to 2025 to 2026 is $2,000 extra. Those who fall in that bracket, and then the next year it's going to go up to 4,000 something extra, and then the next year some amount. So it's not a constant. It's not 36 months of $2,000, right? So it's simple maths that land you about 74. The minister did not say you can buy a Pro Box with the money save up. She said, no, you will have a nice little, a tidy little sum to pay down on a Pro Box. But this is what I realized. You see, slow people, they can only latch on to one little something. And yeah, so back to what I was saying. PMP here, something, and then they whatever. So the minister end up doing the job that the the opposition should have done, right? They came with a bunch of stuff. Like the first thing when I heard Julian mention about they're going to do a flat rate for retired people, retirees. And I can recall living in Port Antonio, and my water bill was a flat rate. And at the time, me and my neighbor never did dip on good terms. And he used to come and utilize my pipe along with my outside pipe along with other people, which never live in a yard. Two we did live in a yard. And my pipe did I get used doing whatever they were doing at different intervals. And I went to the water commission and I say, I know, because that is what I was told by my neighbor that listen, a flat rate, so you don't have to worry about how much water you use. And I'm like, no, the fact that me there in my house and me just hear people a walk a pass my window and me not have a clue. Can you know that little feeling there when you're in your house and somebody come in your yard like this apprehensive kind of yeah, if you never know if nobody a come, you're like I look to your window and a peep like who is this that kind of thing. So yeah, I wasn't uncomfortable. I mean, I say worse if me suppose me have over visitors, or a guest. You know, and them feel like okay, more walk guy in a bathroom, but me can't because somebody good at look in at the so it was uncomfortable. So when I went to the water commission and I told them that listen, I want you guys to sort this out. And good night to you too. Um, lady say she know somewhere them usually twist everything. Yeah. So the lady was in the water commission office. She was saying to me like something to the extent like I should be glad. All right. So me up on a begging thing tonight. I am seeing, I don't know if it's more than that, but I'm seeing 19 people on the live, which weird. I think YouTube is suppressing me because I will see some small number and me come off of the show, me see some one bag of number. Me can't boast. I mean, I have 5,000 people and whatever, whatever. But yeah, but I'm asking you once you come on, just please click on a like. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to the channel. This is how we're gonna grow it and push it out there. But as you come on, I want you to click like. That helped me a far away by just liking the video, right? So find the little like something, and the like it's a thumbs up. Yeah, just find a little something and click it, right? So the lady was making it sound like, oh, they're granting me a favor. She's like, oh, you should be grateful, something to that effect. That is flat rate. So I said, ma'am, I'm sorry, but I would like to pay for whatever I'm using. I want to be a good citizen, right? All right, me know want be like one PMP where feel say whatever money. Hey Cindy, good night to you too. Whatever money the government have, them for just dash it out. And I hear the prime minister say it, and I'm in total agreement with him. If the prime minister was following the PNP, people like Hungry Belly John, where all him think about have to get free. They themselves now couldn't be twisting, which they're flipping and flopping, because at one point them say the government now no money if you do nothing, whatever. Then the next thing them say, oh, this is the most this administration have gotten the most amount of money to spend, and then bring up Carnal Regional, and there is one individual which I'm waiting for somebody with sense to actually shut him up and tell him, say, Virgin, I hear they chat foolish is any if you stop, As con to him, they should have knocked down the Cornell Regional Hospital. And I've heard Minister Tufton explain it a million and one time. So what was going on, even with the pandemic, remember that the work started before the pandemic. And you ever hear about ride and whistle? That is what has been going on at the Cornell Regional Hospital. They have been riding and whistling. You remember when the government called SOE and all of that down in Montego Bay? Because all of the shooting, they were still shot, gunshot victim being treated at Cornell Regional. There's still accident and emergency and regular walking going on, right? So, me have a question for this brother, and I am going to refrain myself from describing people as idiots and fools and all of these things. I'm going to leave that for PMP because I noticed that they're very good at it, and I don't need to stoop to their level. But the person who has challenged thinking logically, this is what I'm putting to you. I mean, no say watch me show it all there, pretend like you don't. For years, I have been saying this. If the government did follow your stupid advice, and remember, I did not say he is stupid. I'm saying his advice was to close down Cornell Regional. A matter of fact, knock it down because this is what this person keep on putting forward. Um, if them did lick it down, you would have been already and da 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 da. Until good night. Where with those trauma, those gunshot trauma and accidents and just regular thing, which part, where they would I get service from? You're going to send them Trelani or Westmoreland? So what I realize, and I always try to encourage people that don't waste your time and try to go tit for tat and toe to toe, point for point with the PMP because you're not gonna win. Because what the opposition does, and I can't believe I'll know me not play that clip there. Dr. Gonzalez said it the other day when he was in, where was he? I don't remember. But him say him no want hear nothing from the opposition and do not expect the opposition to say they're working with you to solve crime and all of these things. Because no, all opposition do is oppose, oppose, oppose. Like and share, like and share, like and share. Call them in, send the link to your people. Them. That's all the opposition do. So if you hold them on one something, them I just jump to something else. And I hear it all the time when people try to pin down. I have to big up Kemoy. Because Kemoy, me hear him now stand up to John in the morning, a morning time. When John call him, because I heard even Dr. Gale say, he would be surprised if him get to understand, say, John have a list, John Pollock have a list where then give him and say call the radio station them and talk about them something here. Yeah. You're from Portland, Cindy? Yeah, man. Him have a list where them call. Them give him and say talk about. Anytime any host challenge him say, it's alright, it's alright, it's alright, it's alright, it's alright. Left that, left that, left that. I want to jump to something else. And I think is Emily and Dr. Taylor alone. Me ear pin him down and say, no, I hear Simon too. The other day was telling a lie that 11 people died over the period of a weekend, a Friday to a Monday, something like that, because they were waiting for emergency surgery and couldn't get it done. And as gone to John, rumor, propaganda spreading PMP activists, he was blaming Minister Tufton for that. And when Simon asked him, what are your proof? Him say, me have my proof. Or the people them afraid for talk. Simon a whole for something happen. But the people them afraid for talk. But me have my sources. You see, you can't tell when PMP a lie. Them always come out and say, I have my sources. However, I noticed a little trend thing was going on the other day. When nationwide news break some story. Oh, okay. Thank you. When nationwide break some stuff from the ice, from wherever them break it from, the whole of them have running belly. I think it's unethical. Da 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 da. And nationwide should be forced to tell where them get them information from. I heard Simon today trying to imply that Senator after Fitz Enley got information from the whatever in them have. So I did some reading. Maybe all over the place, but bear with me. I did some reading. Simple little check. Simple little check. I think it was an Observer article, right? And the Observer article, which 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 year was it from? I don't remember. But you have a part of it that is saying people are asking, oh, it was about the couple that committed suicide in Mandeville. Yeah. So now I'm hearing And may I say politics is really something else. Now I'm hearing the PNP balling and allying for Finsac report, and them did have a chance. Why them never did release it? Why the PMP did not release the Finsac report and talk about stuff? Now, this individual is trying to rewrite history by telling us that he had no part to play in. Now I hear people calling the man a liar. Boy, trust me. Mm-mm-mm. The man say him never benefit from Finsac. No, I heard a caller try to justify it. We're fully active on the gram. Yeah, man, we like and share. Want to see that number, they double, then triple, then go up and yeah. Keep commenting and make we get some numbers up tonight. Yeah. More see one nice 500. I mean, a big whole heap, you know. I really want to put one zero on that, but more see one 500 people on the live tonight. So share it, right? I heard a caller trying to justify the claim made from the individual saying they did not benefit from the from Finsac and saying, "Oh, nothing is wrong if you purchase bad debt." As and I'm like, so right now, Saturday on one of my job, I went to a house to do a service call, and the owner was sharing with me that they got the house in 2016 because the original owner that moved in 2016 um had cancer and stuff, and they had to liquidate stuff and whatever. And the person was saying they're sorry about the situation, but they end up capitalizing on that, so them get the house for a little bit and nothing, right? So I am saying, if you take advantage of poor people and you buy them debts, bad debts, for sell it back and make money, how can you with a straight face come to the nation, to us in 2025, when everything you can just ask your phone? So let me tell some people something. Say you cannot see, right? Me now go say read, you can't read. But say you can't see, you can still ask AI something. You can ask Google, you can ask Siri, you can ask, yeah. Yeah, man. You can ask. The same question them you can ask my dear, you can ask your phone and you will get the answer. Yeah. DP, let me read this comment. It says DP, Master Bakra Mark is cornered and fighting for his political life. But me thinking political life dead, because my sources, let me use them words. My sources, and I like the numbers going up. Yes, people like and share. When I like and share, the number is going up. I like it. My source tell me that there are PMP who are upset with Mark because you remember when he went a couple of weeks ago, he went to Connecticut and said that how the Jamaican media is bought out and the JLP money strong and the vloggers, and why I mean, I don't know. Somebody can tell me when we can go collect, cause yeah. Yeah. But things because right there, so that was a concession speech. He was saying, listen, it done, we can't win. There's no way. In fact, I have a clip to play for you where Kemoy McEachran asked Colin Anthony. You remember the man was saying they don't want to run at East Portland? And for around 3 years, I work. And right after Vibes Cartel come from prison, the PMP just say, yo, popularity where I say, And him come on him live and say, oh, PMP themselves never want him because, I remember DJ Blazer was on the live with me that night. And when I asked him why him step aside, he said that PMP them no want him. And he's like, yeah, going to one war and your two lieutenant them where you expect to have your back, basically, against you. It's like a pointless going in the war. You remember that same person, eh? The person where Warmington call, where Warmington they call him? Shaka Shame. And he told a lie on Warmington, saying that Warmington called him Chinks and Flea, which was a lie again. Because Warmington did not say that. Warmington said, I do not tour with counselors. If you want to go tour with whatever, blah, 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 yeah, me not tour with parish code. Me not, yeah, my tour them different. And the only people them go where they're, only thing go where they're not invited is chinks and fleas and something. So he did not call him. But anyway, so people, Samsung A13, learn to keep your own secret and no bite no more. So when we reach, I could play some clips because I hear now some people saying, well, not people, the PNP saying that they won. So we all know, those of us with sense, that the plan from the PNP is to make sure that Portmore do not or does not become a parish. That is the aim, right? Now, again, I'm not legally trained, but what I heard from what is being presented on the news is that the court said they cannot name a date for the law to go in effect, whatever, whatever, until the what them name? The people I'm deal with parish council, not parish council, constituency boundaries. But I saw, I think it was Vegas post something that Tana Thomas from Nationwide post from February or some while back, right? And I'm like, I was going to ask the question why they do it, but they know. Because if I know that, half of the time them, I'm just learning some people names, and you have some people who really support me faithfully. They here every night. Me not gonna start calling the name now for getting in trouble. But if me know say me could have tell you no anything on run with it because on a gullible like that, maybe would I do it. I think PNP know that. So this was published. Portmore Parish Borders. Brown, posted by Tana Thomas, February 14, 2025. Director of Election, Gaspol Brown, says the final parish boundaries for Portmore will be decided by the independent members of the Electoral Commission, Jamaica ECJ, in the absence of consensus. And it was going on. But I just apart Vegas post, and I'm like, it is there. So we never need, and I heard Dian asking Fitz Jackson, no, the lawyer, I don't remember his name, Hilton, I think it was this evening, if the PNP was premature in going, because they're just trying to stop everything. That is what they want. And as far as I'm concerned, what I heard, what has been reported, the court did not say, no, struck it down. Portmore cannot become a parish. The report I heard is that they have to wait until them decision they make before they can go forward, which that was what was said. So let's go back to the parliament, because me think that me did hear, but maybe other people hear other stuff when who was misleading the somebody was misleading the parliament, and share screen, and Desmond Mackenzie, minister, stood up on a point of order. Yes, it was Fitz. And say what we are. Listen for yourself, because somebody are idiot. I mean, no one of me.
Commission of Jamaica. That's what it's all about. The Electoral Advisory Commission, Mr. Speaker, clearly sets out since 1979 that no longer should political boundary be determined by any incumbent government.
Minister, I am aware that you are rising on a point of order. You may now rise on your point of order.
Mr. Speaker, the member just made reference about the setting of boundaries. Mr. Speaker, there is nowhere in the bill that the question of establishing political boundaries were mentioned. That is not the dictate
of the bill. That is not our responsibility to set political boundaries. Mr. Speaker, the member continue. You are allowing the member to continue to mislead the House by stating things that are not factual, Mr. Speaker. And he's doing it on purpose. Mr. Speaker, Mr. Speaker, Mr. Speaker, on a point of order, Mr. Speaker, the member, in his effort to win support, needs to tell the country why he's against Portmore.
So let's get it again.
All about the Electoral Advisory Commission, Mr. Speaker, clearly sets out since 1979 that no longer should political boundary be determined by any incumbent government.
Minister, I am aware that you are rising on a point of order. You may now rise on your point of order.
Mr. Speaker, the member just made reference about the setting of boundaries. Mr. Speaker, there is nowhere in the bill that the question of establishing political boundaries were mentioned. That is not the dictate of the bill. That is not our responsibility to set political boundaries. Mr. Speaker, the member continue. You are allowing the member to continue to mislead the House by stating things that are not factual, Mr. Speaker. And he's doing it on purpose. Mr. Speaker, Mr. Speaker, Mr. Speaker, on a point of order, Mr. Speaker, the member, in his effort to win support, needs to tell the country why he's against Portmore.
Why he's against Portmore becoming a parish? Well, we know the answer to it. But I was listening to Diane this evening, and I heard her with Minister Terrellan. And may I say, but I have this clip. So Diane don't know this, because she was asking question like, when did the government say whatever, blah, blah. And I'm like, if me know about this, someone realize, journalism are dead in Jamaica, Yeah. Journalism are dead in Jamaica. Some things I'm here, and I have to take my hats off. I have to take my hats off to Simon, because he's the only one I hear say, listen, just like me, I'm not a journalist. I am a talk show host, and my show is just my opinion most of the time that I am sharing. So nobody say, yo, me I'm not a journalist. The people them want to get paid by the TV station and the radio station and money for go find news and dig up news and things. No, you can't come and talk about something every day and you don't do a simple research. So I don't think Diane should be asking the minister this evening, when did the government ever stated that they didn't have any plans, if it was after the court ruling? And I'm like, yeah, me did lose half a day for that question there, because I'm like, I have this clip. I got it from last week. I'm sure. So she was asking the minister, was it after the court, whatever? Then, like, she's setting up, and that's the opinion that I got. Like, she had tried to set up a narrative for the PNP, because I realize now, say, when Diane said something like when she did say to Minister Favor, say, Minister, what kind of pro-box? 20-year-old pro-box? Right, they sort of mislead our listeners and have them posting foolishness, saying that the minister say in 3 years, you'll be able to save up $2,000 a month and buy one Pro Box. The minister said no such thing. So the line of questioning, I find it funny. I was wondering, yeah, man, the number them, I like them number, yeah, but you know, can do me a next favor. You know, can click like those of you who come over and find the channel. So let me play this clip. Let me play this one. Let me play this one. Oh my youth, you're not follow nobody. You just need to play the clip. You don't need to follow. Why do I? No, I'm not following.
Madam
Myself.
Speaker, I rise on a point of order because the minister is misleading the House. We did not present an implied budget for the coming fiscal year. We presented our proposals, our policy commitments for the next PNP government. And we have never said that they will be implemented in the current fiscal year. They are, as has been said, the budget.
No, that was boo boo by the opposition leader. Yes, Williams, as in Minister Williams, laid the trap and he walked into it blindly. Yeah? And it is, for me, watching politics all these years, I can only say, and I've said it before, Mark Golding's political instincts are poor. Poor. Because that requires thinking on your feet on how to come back. If you're going to make a point of order, you don't get up and admit. It's a stunning admission from the opposition leader that you came with a raft of proposals, yeah, not on the basis that these are credible, but they were not meant to be implied. And you're participating in a budget debate.
And I think Antoinette Hamilton made the point during the break of how high stakes this particular budget debate was, where on the eve of a general election, the finance minister made a boo-boo, a gaffe on television, and then on the floor of the House of Representatives, Mr. Golding significantly undermined the case of the
His own
opposition.
case.
Yes.
Yeah.
I would like to bring in Dr. Clark.
But you were all saying, let us say to the listeners, you thought Mark presented a manifesto.
Precisely.
Instead
No,
of a budget.
absolutely. Yes, I think Dr. Clark was quite right. which, and just let me just make a point because I came under attack.
All right, me a bonfire upon Ricardo, so I'm not even hear him voice no more. Let me address that right there. So, Regin, me think say I do something wrong when the people them call at evening time. If you're bored and you don't want to do the show and later you want to go home, just left out I studio boss. Lift up. Your people can't call if you use for them credits. I mean I talk to Ricardo Brooks right now. That's his name. Regin, I have some ratings for you. You know, I think you're a budding journalist. You know, you have far to go. But I think it kind of make it seem like it come like you work undercover for the PNP. I mean, I just say it. I call it as me see it. Every time that a labor rights supporter calling and putting their points forward about Mark Golding, you know want ear. You me hear I say Ricardo say you know say him relinquish him British say. So show with the proof for you have. So me no know. Me kinda find it personal now. Every time. And a couple Fridays now, well, can I decide to me not listen no more Friday evening on record the past nationwide. Me not listening because me hear man I run with people and I tell people on YouTube say, yo, on a beat up on a screen with a tom man, Ray, and this and that and that. Yeah. The man actually shut up at every call I call I want to talk about. Oh, we made a pledge that you will be calling and putting forward your brethren. Go listen power for hear the people them are done. Them call Andrew everything wrong under the book and nobody now correct them. Then call him thief, then call him wicked, then call him all kind of something. And the host them just listen and make them talk. So my thing is, as long as them not label the station liable of anything and them not disrespect nobody. If you don't want to hear it, just shut up, take off your earphone because Cliff have this thing where Cliff is a smart man. You're right, say Cliff, every evening a two somebody him have on his show because Cliff I say, yo, no, one somebody now flap this, you know. You understand? If you don't want to hear Ricardo, just do this. Take off your headset. You know what? A caller like Carl. You don't want to hear nothing from him because every time when him talk on behalf of his party, you upset. You don't want to hear him when they come and know them telling you, say, the next caller is XYZ, whatever. If you don't want to call him, don't participate. But I think it's wrong. I think you're doing an injustice to the Nationwide brand. If I was a sponsor for Nationwide, me wouldn't like how you deal with people. Because, brethren, trust me, a callers make a talk show. And your evening program, all of that. If the people them need a get for call, me I one of them who did a bonfire when George used to play music on Friday evening time. I'm like, yo, brethren, go and go join this man on a Sunday and play music, brethren. Me never like that. Me want hear after I done the news, I don't have no guest them, I want to discuss what I want to discuss. Me want hear where the caller then have to say. So, boss, just I tell you, there's nothing personal. I'm just saying I think you should allow the callers to express their opinion. That is all I'm saying about that. Allow the caller to express their opinion. As long as them not do nothing for, the Nationwide get a lawsuit or whatever, because when them do that, me not have a problem correct them. I hear people come and I call Mark thief and whatever, and you stop them or whatever. When me hear them other places or people I call Andrew only thief, me not hear nobody I stop them and I tell them, say, yada yada yada, whatever. DP, remember they call Andrew thief before Golden during the opening of the parliament, and he didn't stop them. He enjoyed it. Yeah, man, as me say, it kind of come across where, when you hear something, you try to tolerate it to a point, but when you just reach a point and you're like, me no want to hear. That is basically what he's saying. He's saying to the callers that, listen, me don't want you to talk about Mark Golden. Big up Funo party, big up Funo self, whatever and thing. And I'm like, no, you know, one what you call it, campaigning. I'm not telling like I'm enjoying Dr. Hope, Professor Hope, sorry. Me I enjoy her, fresh ear. She sound balanced and yeah, that's what I mean. I say well educated and all of that. So I think she's in a capable hand. I mean, the show is in a capable hand. So if Mr. Brooks don't want ear, that's true, Mr. Phillips. Brooks seems like him join the club. Yeah, if you don't want ear, but me just say, and me think say, if me did have Cliff number, would call him and say, yo, Bridget, me not say you have to support it. Cause don't get me wrong. I like to hear opposite views. And this is why this is why some people can't stand Simon. When people call and I talk about Trump and thing and him entertain it, which to me I find it very entertaining. When somebody can actually defend something like one media personality was what is it now? Placed in a group, something like WhatsApp, and when they were discussing war activity for things, and people come and defend it, and I say, no, it's just a boo boo. Somebody, no. When you have that ability to defend foolishness, you're up on a different level. But like I say, I'm gonna put out my phone number because I wouldn't mind getting some PMP call. Me want hear on the talk. I want a reason. We don't know. I want to tell me how to see stuff. So something else I have to play before I move on to that. Dian, in an interview, asked Mark Golden why them never come with costing. So let's follow the chronology. There is a man called I nearly say Conan O'Brien. Conrad O'Brien. Colin Bell. Who else? Ralston Hyman. And there are others on the list. But these three particular, when people were asking how it makes sense for the PMP making a budget debate presentation come with all of the goodies where them are gonna do. Like me even hear Julian and trying to explain this retirement, flat rate thing. Dr. Gale opposed this flat rate something. He must say no, me not agree with that. Because this is something else I not believe in. I don't believe that if them say, all right, if you're 60 years old, you can't get free water and you take the free water just because the water is free. No. Me believe say you tear down your country if you do that. So something that is a bother which people don't really talk about. The people that have no good Blue Cross and Blue Shield or whatever it is, insurance. But no still a got the little clinic them where poor people supposed to go in the public hospital them or whatever, and you know see a man come cost about the hospital then this and that. Go and go use on insurance, man. Now that you not pay for it for. Go use on insurance and stop bug down the health sector. So them can't explain. them couldn't explain where the money are gonna come from to do whatever. And I hear, and I try to get Conroy to send me a voice note explaining, but because him look like one idiot, and I say he look like, me never say he is, because me nah this nobody and call him idiot. Not on Vibes Corner Radio. I will not do it. You're listening to Vibes Corner Radio, you're listening to DP live. So well, it's DP unfiltered, but I'm live. They were saying everybody who asks the question where the funding are gonna come from, where the money are gonna come from, Conrad O'Brien position was, remember, when you form government, it's not like you don't have access to the funds. You don't have access to the funds, so you can redirect it and you can do what you want to do with it. Then when you form government, so this question asking where the money are gonna come from. So this is what Favor do, and I see I heard analyst, financial analyst, last week, although somebody calling and was putting her to task. She was saying that the minister actually exaggerates the figures. But Kemrai says something, and I agree with him. Kemrai Kekran. If me and you sell the same thing, right? Within a one market space, me I send some clerks. And some people come on my style and me say, yo, Bridget, me have the best price per clerks, Yeah, a 40,000 for my clocks. And me say to you, say, yo, them man they don't they so I sell them clocks there. And of Vietnam, them clocks they come from. You know what I say? Mexico, them clocks they come from. And then clocks there, 140,000 of them I sell one of them clocks for. You can't blame me if you talk up my thing. So what Favor did was to say, Minister of Finance, Anti-Favor, she said, listen, what would happen to Jamaica if them people farm government and implement them thing? Would have crash we economy. That is when them run out now and say, no, go so, and the prices, them this and that, and devils knows what. So listen to this conversation.
There are a couple of things which we, towards when we were near to the budget presentation, we came up with, and we had an idea of the costing, but we didn't nail it down with the precision that we have since. But the vast majority of what.
All right. So Dion asked him, say, what? You never know how much you would have. Let me play the full thing, because that was a conversation I was having with somebody who end up calling me no one idiot, because when we hear Mark say no, and answer me these people, and let me say it slowly. If I say to you, I have an idea of something, is that saying that I know the cost? Because I can have idea of something, that don't mean me know it. My idea mean me just a share, when you say louder, me just a share my opinion. So listen to the entire conversation.
This was feasible. So you're just coming from a press conference where you did present numbers and you did present costings and you laid out your case as to why it is that this was feasible. How could that not then have been a part of your budget presentation so that people could see or make up their own minds whether or not these proposals are practical or feasible, can even work, as opposed to just being a laundry list of campaign promises?
Mm-hmm. Well, as I said, we didn't anticipate. We didn't formulate it as a budget, because we will be in a budget. When we come into government. So the rolling out of our proposals and the phasing of them is something which will have to be considered when we form government. A lot will depend on what's happening in the economy at the time. Are we going to continue to have a sluggish economy? We're coming out of 2 consecutive quarters of negative growth and a recessionary environment to begin the year. We don't really know what's been happening with the tax take since then and so on. So there are lots of things that we'd have to look at when we form government. And then we'd have to look at the discretionary expenditure that's in the budget that was just approved, which is $360 billion, and decide what areas of it will we continue with, what will we maybe defer, what may we scale down, what may we completely discontinue. Because at the end of the day, we won't be voted in to government to continue what the JLP has been doing. We will be voted in to do what we say we want to do. So there will be some adjustments to how that discretionary expenditure is rolled out, because that really represents the priorities of the government of the day. But how we phase it and so on will depend on the circumstances at the time. Who knows if we're going to have a year without any natural disasters, for example. There are lots of issues that can affect the timing of things.
So is it that those numbers, you guys sat down and worked on them after the finance minister's criticism in our
No, we couldn't have produced it in such a short space of time. We have been working on it for quite a long time, actually. There are a couple of things which we, towards when we were near to the budget presentation, we came up with, and we had an idea of the costing, but we didn't nail it down with the precision that we have since. But the vast majority of what we were presenting, we had a good sense of what the cost would be.
I have one or two more questions on that, but we're at the break, so let's go to the break.
All right, them actually have one and two questions. So I said this to a couple people, and I was stuttering, you call it. I think that's more than stuttering. I saw a graphic before coming on, and trust me, I need to start do something differently. Because it's on my phone where there's a bag and you see PMP mark on it, and there's a puss in the bag. Yeah, there's a puss in the bag. And this is what I said to somebody and pissed them off. I don't know if my camera go pick it up and show them. Yeah. See it there? Yeah. It no. The PMP person got annoyed at me because I said, well, so if Mark knew the costing in Julian and they intentionally did not share the costing, that mean them expect we to buy puss in a bag. I said something the other day and I heard some vloggers using it, and I don't have a problem. It's for the goodness of the country. When Mark say I'm gonna go with this rent to own, that was a dog whistle to some young people say, come vote for we and we're going to house. With the intention that anything government own and you know how go on. So God forbid, and PMP should have won the election. When them people I get them house, Mark acknowledge it. Him say, no, the things the more we did to put in place, we need to say we are gonna do them here next year. So we need to go do them, sir. So let me try to get a PNP on board for the last 4 minutes of the show to get a PNP perspective and all of this. If he's available. Yo.
Hey.
Good evening, sir. How are you doing?
Pretty good. How are you doing?
All right, my day. Last 4 minutes, guys. Me get carried away and I play some clips and all of that. But I just played the clip we were talking about earlier this week, or last week it was. You have to stay with me. By the way, welcome to DP Unfiltered. We're live on my YouTube channel and also VRC Radio for the next 3 minutes. 4 minutes. So, Mark.
Let me close my office door. Hold on. Let me close my office door.
Right. So for the benefit of you and what I want to start with, Mark. Mark said that after was asked from the press conference, because this is what he did not present figures in the budget presentation. Him neither is finance shadow minister, but in the press conference they did same, right? I as a viewer, me did kind of get confused because my thing was like I hear the PMP complaining, and I think it's because we're in this new era where it's TikTok video, 30 seconds, 15 seconds, whatever. Nobody wants to listen nothing of substance. So one of the complaint when me hear from PMP is that Mark said it himself. The Prime Minister spoke for 5 hours and whatever, and that is unacceptable and blah blah blah. He could have spoken for 10 hours if he wanted. Him could have included the numbers. Why the PMP never include the numbers? And then now when people are say, well, the numbers would have caused the economy for wreck. Now we're hearing people defending it and say, first, they were saying they didn't need to present numbers. Now they're defending it, and I said, no, man, them didn't want. What is really going on in the PMP?
So, have there ever been like a situation like in an election year or in any time gone by when the opposition party presenting a budget present their costing of the plan in a budget? I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think so. So one, it's just a new era, right? It's a new era, and PMP is kind of up against the grain because they, face some level of trust issues based on, what people see in terms of say the 18 years and 18 years of was.
Wait. Let me understand clearly what you're saying. I wish I'd called you earlier. You're saying that PMP is having a trust issue?
No, it seems there's a narrative out there, and in certain spaces, Twitter and all that stuff, where it's predominantly younger folks and JLP Garrison, as I would say it. There's a narrative and there's a sentiment among the younger population that it was a time of hardship or whatever it is. Oftentimes that's misinformed, but everybody's experience is different, so I can't speak to people's experience. Um, so they're up against that. So now there's like heightened calls for even so for the legwork that we endured and the people have endured. They want to ensure that there will be some good fiscal management. They don't want to go back to where they were before.
Mm-hmm.
They don't want to go back to the quote unquote who run with it, government or all of that stuff. So now you find that they're asking them for costings. And I'm assuming they should have expected these questions.
So, but my question
And
to you is why they didn't include it, and then when even
I
at
don't. I
the
just don't.
end,
I just don't think. I just don't think it has never. I don't think it has ever been done, and I just don't think that
but here what happened.
they
Here what happened,
deemed
my
it. They
friend.
deemed it.
Me
They
hear
deemed
you.
it
Me hear you. Me hear
necessary
you.
to
But
have that.
here the problem I'm have. Here the problem I'm have. There was like a Hyman, Ralston Hyman, a Colin Bell, Shaka Fame, a Conan. I keep on saying Conan. Conrad O'Brien, calling people stupid for asking for costing. And I'm glad the people them keep the eat, and that is why we are costing.
Yeah, as I'm saying, people have to hold politicians accountable.
Right,
And
but I am
at the
saying
end of the day, if you're going,
why
I
PMP
can't say,
surrogates or we're saying
who,
that
I can't say,
we shouldn't ask the question.
no, you can't tell me no if it's a people. The only person that I know a PMP would be Colin. I don't know if nobody is a PMP, but never hear them advocating
No man, you can't
to that
trust me.
sort.
May have work cards and me can send it to you.
No, man, I was gonna say, right, cool. So I'm not sure, right? But
O'Brien said,
anyways,
hear this. O'Brien said, whosoever asking for costing are stupid because remember, if the PMP form the government, they will have access to the fund, to the purse. And you don't expect, and Mark said it himself, you don't expect that if the people vote in PMP, they expect them to go with the JLP, whatever the JLP said them are gonna do. Which
yeah.
I
So
took that I take that very, 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 very personal because that means the good measures that the Andrew Holness administration and you're the confusion because
no,
PMP keep on hold on, no, let me make this point. Let me make this point.
Okay.
PMP keep on saying all of the benefits or all of the good things that we're enjoying now is because Andrew got it at a good state and continue on what was built. So if Andrew has continued with what was built by the PMP, I know the PMP is saying we're not going to continue on what the JLP was doing. That no means say we're
So
going to change course and crash the country.
so no, they never said that, and I think he was quite well, maybe not as clear as maybe you would want him to have been.
Hmm.
He did say that they'll have to look at things. Some programs, some programs might continue.
Mm-hmm.
Some might scrap altogether. Some might put on the
Boss,
back
the
burner
man say,
or whichever
you
one.
don't
No man.
expect if we're voted in, we'll be running off the whatever of the
Which one? Which
JLP.
he said we'll have to look at things. We'll have to take a deep look at things. I listen. The all angles interview. I'm listening to the press conference. He was saying we have to look at things. Some things going maybe get on the back burner and all that stuff. And he said that the people never in, and that's what I'm saying. Context is everything. Then he went on to say the persons would have give PMP a mandate to go in and implement the things that they plan or they presented. So what that said to me is that if there are plans that them deem fit and deem good, they won't scrap it. But if there are things that they don't agree with and they don't like, example, you would, I don't expect them to go in and say, all right, we can continue the extensive use of ZOSO or extensive use of SOE, but I expect them to.
Let me see if I can play it.
Well, as I said, we didn't anticipate we didn't formulate it as a budget because we will be in a budget when we come into government. So the rolling out of our proposals and the phasing of them is something which will have to be considered when we form government. A lot will depend on what's happening in the economy at the time. Are we going to continue to have a sluggish economy? We're coming out of two consecutive quarters of negative growth and a recessionary environment. We could begin the year. We don't really know what's been happening with the tax take since then and so on. So there are lots of things that we'd have to look at when we form government. And then we'd have to look at the discretionary expenditure that's in the budget that was just approved, which is $360 billion, and decide what areas of it will we continue with, what will we maybe defer, what may we scale down, what may we completely discontinue. Because at the end of the day, we won't be voted in to government to continue what the JLP has been doing. We'll be voted in to do what we say we want to do. So there will be some adjustments to how that
we will be voted in.
out.
So hold on, Akeem. Let me clarify this.
Wait, Mr. Hold on. Don't go a step further. Let me get you. Before him say we'll have to look to see what will continue, what will scale down, or what we'll do away with.
That's all you hear.
That's why I'm saying context is everything.
Yes, but
you can't take it in isolation.
Akeem,
you cannot take it in isolation. I say because obviously,
Bridget, me and you talking. If your boss send you a letter, if your boss send you a letter, me like use analogy. If your boss, your supervisor, send you an email, what is more important in that email? The greetings, the body of the email, or the ending?
Everything.
No, man. Because the greetings can just be formalities. You know, good day, hope you have it. You remember when we used to write letter and we say, hope this letter find in the best of case. Opening can be full anything.
You can't take one a man make an entire.
You know why? No, this is why. No, this is why. This is why, Akeem.
Hold on. Let me give a practical example. Stick up in. Let me give a practical example. The road from Harborview to Port Antonio was supposed to be a highway. When the government, the administration changed, Andrew Holness and Ardisha at the time say, we're going to scale that down to a road improvement project.
Yeah, lose me now, Bridget. I forgot what me didn't want to say about this.
No, I'm not losing. The substance of things kept the same in that we're going to get a good road from Harborview to Port Antonio, but it's not going to be a highway. So it's just a matter. So when government come in, when government have power and switch, them look at programs and them decide and create priorities.
No, me hear the explanation where I make, you know. Me hear the explanation where I make. But what I'm saying to you,
you're trying to take something in a silo. Yeah, the man
this is why. But this is why, Akeem.
You play the audio and the man said there is something.
Beg 10 seconds.
Will scale down.
This is why.
Scale down, continue, or do away.
But at the end, no. But see, I'm not gonna make you. I'm not gonna make you bamboozle me. But
at the end, so if we repeat it for you, not repeat it for me. I'll repeat it. If the people in the implement to carry out the policies of the Jamaica Labour Party, people in will give PNP a mandate to carry out these mandates. So they want to expect PNP to come in to do we call the thing.
So no, do it. No, that need clear. That need clear up. You sound like you're over the place. So let me start it and you finish it. At the end of the day, that is what Mark said. At the end of the day, continue.
At the end of the day, the people would have voted.
You don't. No, you're not saying it right. At the end of the day, you don't expect the PNP to go with what the JLP, the thing. You expect them to have our own mandate and run with it. But this is the point I was struggling to make. People are listening to your leader, Bridget. And I heard a caller last week said it's a nationwide. And I've the same opinion. The man said, listen, we need to tip our hats to Mark. Because guess what? Mark has the ability to tell you truth and lie in the same sentence.
So we can't go down the road.
But what I'm saying is, you heard the man say.
But DP, how you
we are going to accept.
Disregard. You are disregarding.
Yes, because no, it's intentional. No, but Akeem, I am not creating. Akeem,
you can't take what.
All right, so let's go back to Mark.
Disregard.
So let's go back to Mark. What I heard was a bunch of all over the place. But when somebody say, at the end of the day, everything else when me say, you can dash with that. That is what I heard. So you justifying it now.
I didn't get that from it. So it's we get something
You never
completely
hear
different
it
from
or you
from
not
it.
get that from it? Which one?
So I'm gonna get when we get from it. What I got from it was that there are some things when them go in, when them look for going or if them go in, they will look at the policies or the programs that are in place. Those that need to remain priority will remain priority. Those that need to be scaled back will be scaled back. So, example, the tax relief for the PAY people increasing the tax limit. That they might see say, okay, we're going to keep that. But they might say, all right, zones of special operations, we don't need those.
Yeah,
We're
but
going to
but
switch it
no,
out
but
with
you're Akim. Thanks for the
peace
example,
management,
but me don't want you
peace
give an
management
example. Me
initiative.
want we deal with
That,
where the man
but
say.
but that is what him say.
No,
You're
him
trying
never
to
said
say
that.
something
No,
never.
no,
He never
Bridget.
said. So you're saying to me that he did not say there when we will have to look at things, and some things will scale down, some things will we'll look at what will continue, what will scale down, or what we'll do away with. He never said that.
He said that, but I'm telling you, Mark
Okay,
have the
so you said
Mark, but
you have to tell me
Akim,
when you
Mark
have the
also
ability. You have
say,
to tell me when you have
him never benefit
mhm,
from Finsac. Him never had nothing to do with Finsac. And you believe that? Should I believe that?
in benefit.
Mark say, when he was asked if he's a British citizen, him say I travel on my Jamaican passport. At the time, he was still a British citizen. Maybe even no, I don't know. I'm saying the
So if
man
he
has
flew,
proven to be not
so how
trustworthy.
have you seen his travel records to say that he did not travel on his Jamaican passport?
No, I haven't. But him
Because
Simon come out and confess that
because
yes, he had dual citizenship.
he has it. But
Yeah, but
you're disputing that
Aki
he
man.
didn't travel. He traveled.
No,
Wait,
no, no,
hold on,
no, sir.
hold
I
on.
did not do that.
Which one would you prefer? Wait, which one would you prefer for travel? A diplomatic passport
Akim,
or
no.
a British passport?
Sorry, that is me not even gonna answer you respectfully. I am saying
You're
the
right.
point I'm making is not whether I'm travel and I don't care what Mark travel on.
So
I am saying when he was asked, are you a British citizen? What was his reply?
that him hold a Jamaican passport and someone can travel by Jamaican passport.
Wasn't that being deceptive or misleading?
One could consider,
And that is
and
proving my point.
assume such.
That is proving my point.
And that is based on your own interpretation.
No, if I ask
that
you,
is based.
Akim, if I ask you if you're married and you say, you know that I have 3 baby mothers, and I'm just being hypothetical. I don't know if Akim have not. Me just say, if I say to you, Akim, are you married? And you move to not answer and say you have 3 baby mothers, that answer me whether you're married, yes or no?
If you ask me if I'm married, I'm gonna say me. I'm with a person who give me the last name.
No, that's totally different. The question was asked, are you a British citizen? And Mark's response was, I traveled. The man even saying go join line and we like everybody else. And for sure, you know, and why you drag me back there? Mark fooled us because as a British citizen, you don't need to apply for no damn visa. Mark say him go stand up a British High Commission like everybody else. You know, get no special treatment.
Again, BP. Which passport would I use? If am I using Jamaican
and I am
passport,
not going to allow you. I'm not going to allow you to derail my position. I only brought that in. No, but I only brought that in to show you. Yes, but Akim, make the two of us not at the same time. Make it two of us not at the same time.
All right, let me the mic quickly. If somebody have government officials, most of them, depending upon the role you hold a diplomatic passport. The diplomatic passport is almost always the highest act or the act will give you the most protection in any given country. The diplomatic immunities and privileges act of Jamaica supersedes is next to the constitution. After the constitution, you pretty much have that.
Akim,
so at the end of the day, persons no man, you have to educate the people. At the end of the day, persons going to choose to travel on this passport because one, you know get search, you know get all of these different stuff.
Akim.
And you benefit from a
all
certain
right,
level
my
of
time
privilege.
now.
and freedom
Me lose
when
the
he loses
radio.
his passport. So I can see why he would have
I,
used this
I me
passport.
get that. I am not saying. Let me repeat something I said earlier, and then proceed to what I'm going to
No,
say
but
now.
you're saying go for Brit. Yes, the part of when I dispute him say him. I think he could have been forthcoming and say yes, I'm a Commonwealth.
So all right, good.
I
Thank
hold
you.
two
Was he
dual
being
citizenship.
deceptive and misleading?
I would think I would consider that.
Thank you. You see,
That
you're a
could
fair
come in.
person. Me know me can communicate with you. You are fair. And I am saying, I'm using that now to say, Mark has set us precedents where we cannot trust him. We have seen it in the parliament.
But he never
When
lied.
Dr. Clark, no,
He
if
did
you
not lie.
if you lies of omission, you can't omit stuff on your line. When Dr. Clark introduced the 230% increase for parliamentarians and some other civil servants, what did the shadow spokesman and finance said in parliament?
Say welcome it.
Okay. What Mark came out afterwards and say?
I say no, in like not agree with it or something like that.
Okay.
Something to that
Well,
effect.
Damian Crawford come out and say we need for tax for education, whatever. Where the PNP put out release and say.
That on a position with
Okay.
him.
The point I'm making is, Akeem, this, and it's simple, I don't care what Mark say and when. I am saying the reason why I clip like that, I took off the
So
tail
in
end. You know, allow me for talking on my brethren.
okay, all right.
The speech that I played, the interview with Dion, he started out by saying, because guess what happened? He's a lawyer. Lawyers are good and thinking on their feet. So them have this thing where them start say something. And when them are process in them brains, now have nothing to do with what them are saying, and then them tag on where them really want you get. It's like they're making a case to the jury. So they may start, I've seen it, I'm a cover news, whatever. Me see the jury come out and the lawyer, the defense lawyer come out and butter up the witness and say, oh, so you know that this witness, is a very charitable person and he gives to whoever, blah blah blah. And the witness and everybody has say, yeah. And what they were nailing is to say, the man not credible. So them talk some nice something about him at the front of it, but at the end them tack on the deceptive. And this is what Mark did. Mark said, listen, we will have to look at some stuff. And we will look and see what is right. At the same time, him neither make no commitment. You're now putting specifics to say them may keep that, but something like SO with them. But the essence of what Mike, because he said at the end of it, him say, at the end of the day, the people them now vote we in, and I'm paraphrasing, them now vote we in for we carry on a JLP mandate. Them vote we in for do what we want to do. That is the meat of what he said. So the fluff,
That's
the
different. That's not
fluff
that's
about
different.
we are going to
That's
look at it
that's
and we
your
may keep, and
interpretation,
we,
and this is
because it will happen. We
I
may
would
keep
disagree.
stuff, but we may keep something, don't mean say you're going to keep it.
We and again him saying we look. And I'm not saying him going to keep. I keep not saying he's going to go keep anything. I'm not saying he's going to throw away anything.
Oh, okay.
I'm saying look.
Okay.
And that's all I can take him word for.
Okay.
I trust him. So I'm gonna take his word for it and say, okay.
So you trust that he's not a British citizen?
No? Yeah. So one paper.
Which paper?
One paper something show on I think.
You see,
Andre
you just say one
Stevenson
paper
live.
something. So why not publish that in a Gleaner or the Observer?
The Gleaner no say they see it?
Me never answer that, boss. Me say why him not publish it? Him can pay for one thing and put it in there.
Come on, DP. I think at some point, certain things that can descend into, because to be honest, the only persons me here I make up them calls here. So
Let's
people were
the final me I go say on this.
leaning
The final
to-
me I go say
to
on this.
certain
There's a
things.
video and I think I have it. When them ask him again, him and him wife was going, I think they were in an airport or stuff. And both of them held up passport. And what did we see at the front? The blue book. But behind the blue book was the brown book or the burgundy book or
So
whatever book.
what is the burgundy book?
The British book.
What color is it? What color is the diplomatic passport?
Me no
Green?
know, but me know me see the when them ask him put up the blue book first. Again, the man is a deceptor, brother. Him
No man, you
deceptive.
see, no
The man
man
is
not-
mislead. The man have the art of deception.
No, man, I go down the road with you.
You know if you go down the road with me. I mean, I say,
If you might travel with a diplomatic passport, what color is the diplomatic passport?
I don't know.
because it's not the same color as the
I,
regular
I
passport.
don't know. But the point I'm making is why, finally, me I gotta ask you because I'm running.
Mm-hmm.
Why you're saying no, you did answer. You said the only reason why they didn't do the costing is because it's not the norm for the
Again,
opposition to put.
it
Okay.
hasn't been the norm,
So and we
the
ask you
procedure.
already, but in closing, me I gotta ask again. So why PMP activists were shutting up people and calling them idiots for
You can't tell
asking?
me about, you can't tell me about, that was something now, you can't get me for you. You can't
Okay.
ask me
So
why, sir, if ask me the official, judge me from the official, not ask me the layman.
mm. Well, as me say official, I man, everybody me, every PMP know me, I repeat, I man. And
I don't
Conrad
know
and
that one.
Conrad O'Brien hosts a program on New Stark. So these
Mm.
are the least among those is Shaka Fame. We're just trying to be a politician, but people know of him and he's saying stuff. But they
Yeah,
were dissing people
I
and saying you don't need to ask no question because
I don't believe everybody, at the end of the day, them a go up for office, and you have to serve, you have to serve both PMP supporters and GLP supporters and those independents. So
you know what me hear,
you
Shaka Fame said the other day.
was
Shaka Fame said Mark Golden mother come from Jamaica, You have you know anything about that?
me, I'm not RGD. If I'm RGD, then well,
But you know, say mother no born in Jamaica though.
I don't know nothing.
Okay. See, that
But I
is
don't
it.
think so
People
though.
know what they
I
want to
don't think so
know.
though. No,
People
the
know
thing
what they
about,
want to know.
I really don't know. The only thing I've heard them spoke about was his father.
So I have a
And
question for you. One of my viewers asking, I need to understand why he believe on Mark. Answer that for me, please.
why I believe in Mark?
Yes.
To me, his track record have pretty much been a solid track record from when you look at where they're coming from in business. From DBMG to Proven to his role in the as Justice Minister and stuff like that. Did achieve quite significant amount of
I'm going to allow you to go on, but so
legislations.
you believe that he did not benefit from Finsac? Finsac?
I don't know. I don't know.
You
I
don't know.
I don't know. It's either them benefit or them save people. I don't know. Them. I think Eagle Merchant Bank are one of them banks that did buyout or something like that, and the government I think did step in and give some money to that to
So you think he
help with
was
the
being
buyout.
deceptive when the question was asked if he benefited from Finsac and he said no, he had nothing to do with Finsac?
No, as I said, he said he was a businessman at the time or something like that,
So that
and
answer the question if him
business
benefit or
carry out.
not?
But I don't know
Yeah.
if them
But
make money
I
out
see
of it or
him at the
whatever it
same
is.
thing where I go
So
off for. You
you have to
see,
understand.
Akeem, no, me want to thank you again,
Try to
But I
understand.
am
No,
thanking
you're
you
trying to
again because
no.
that direct question
Hold
was
on.
asked, did you
You're
benefit
trying to
from
understand.
Finsac? And his
And him said,
response was, I was a businessman at the time. How that answer the question?
at the end of the day, you're trying to get a complex issue resolved in our
No.
short time.
No.
Business transaction,
No.
I
Akeem,
heard. All right,
Akeem.
look, hold on, because I've heard some conversations over the past couple of maybe week where them explain the whole FinSat debacle really from a certain perspective, what happened leading up to there and all that stuff, which would have caused the need for FinSac, right? And these are all new things to me, right? These are all new things to me because obviously the information will
I'm
get
gonna try one
information
last time and I really have
when
to
they
go.
want for
Akeem,
promote to us.
the question
So at
was
the end of the day, if
asked
him
by
benefit, if him benefit and him
Nationwide.
say if him same benefit, is the duty of the media now for go follow up with him
Mark,
for maybe have a
Akeem,
sit down to ask everything.
Akeem, a question was asked at the
All
press
right, so did he
conference.
benefit? So I'm gonna ask you, did he benefit
Opposition
from FinSA?
leader, did you benefit? Because this is where it's coming from, And
So
then
may I ask you,
hold
did
on,
he
a man,
benefit?
The journalist was doing their job. The presentation that I saw Dr. Oles made, he did not call any name. All him say is some to the fact that there are people who have benefited directly from Finsac sitting in Parliament today and put up one picture with DG and B, and everybody knows say we are talking about Chris Deering, Peter Bunting, and Mark Golan, DG and B. The question was asked the next day, have you benefit or were you a beneficiary or something to that extent from the Finsac debacle? And Mark eloquently said, I did not benefit. I was a businessman. That's deception because right now you can't say based from on his response whether he benefit yes or no. And I would be wrong to say I would be accusing him. Let's use his own words. Let me not put him not out there so him can use against me. He never answered, and that is the point I'm making. When he was asked, "Are you a British citizen?" he did not say yes or no. And even think I'm a respect Simon because Simon may have some clip for play. Me have to save them for next week. Cause me hear Simon shut up Hyman today, and I first me hear this. Because Simon was saying Mark shouldn't, if the whole thing with the big stone or whatever one name, Mark shouldn't make data and set him up with no keyboard, him a pull no chain from around a black man neck and all of these things. When he was asked, "Are you a British citizen?" Because here what happened, and may I discussed this before. Nothing was wrong. Julian never need for relinquishing British citizenship. Samuda never need to do it either. Because currently our constitution state that you can be a member of the Commonwealth and serve in Jamaica. So nothing wrong about it. But what me I say is, and the analogy we me I go use, me I go use it for me. If somebody asks me, "Damien, are you a heterosexual?" And I say, "Well, to be honest, I've only been married to a female." Me not tell us whether me a heterosexual, yes or no, because I could might as well be bisexual or something else. Why me can't a direct question asks Damian Phillips, "Are you a heterosexual?" Why can I not say yes, I'm a heterosexual? Why me I gonna say, "Well, I have been married and I got married to a female"? That no answer say me yes, me a heterosexual. You get the point I'm trying to make? This man have this deceptive thing about him, and I'm just calling it out. Anything you want to say finally, my friend? Thanks for taking my call, by the way. And yes, my viewers, he did not calling. I'm the one who called him. All right. So yes, what you want to say to us finally?
The no, I'm just saying, the people should listen to the plans and policies. Go back over, listen the two presentations. Listen to follow presentation. Listen to Damon Crawford presentation. That was a pretty solid presentation too. Listen to the conference, the press conference yourself. Make sound judgment. Make sound judgment. Look at your life now. See how you feel. See who you think have the vehicle to carry you to the destination that you so desire. Um, yeah, just if you're not registered to vote, go out and register.
They can't vote. They can't register
Exercise
no
your
more. Today
conscience.
was the last day to register to vote for the next election.
Oh, so they can.
Yeah. So
Hopefully,
if they
I've
never do
got
it today, they can't.
registration.
One more
Hopefully, I've
question.
got
Are you
registration. Yeah.
aware that Mark, during that in the 90s, was an advisor to Omar Davis, which was the Minister of Finance at the time?
Yes, I did.
Okay, good. So, sister, that wrong where this man as a businessman advising the minister and benefiting from whatever
They were
decision.
consistent. They were. Well, I don't know if he was an advisor appointed, but I know from
You
the
just say he was an
business sector.
advisor. So
No,
don't try to change him out.
hold on. Let me change him up,
No,
please.
don't change him
The
out.
way it's
Nope,
no,
nope,
I'm never
nope,
change. No,
nope,
I'm never
nope,
change.
nope, nope. Not giving.
No, I'm never change.
Nope. I'm
No,
not giving you
you
a
think I'm
chance
going
to
to?
change.
No,
No,
but you
I don't
can't.
want to
You
hear it.
can't.
No, no.
No, me never set myself on a factual incorrect stuff. You know that. So what I heard was
Yeah,
that
yeah,
they
friend.
had
Me not hear
dealings
that. Go ahead and
he
do. It will be
contributed.
recorded
No,
anyway. So go ahead.
yeah, I know. No, I heard that he had contributed. I think he said, and there's documentation that he contributed to some policies and stuff like that coming out at that time. Because I don't know if it was him or Peter Bunting contributed to where I think businesses gave employees shares and stuff like that. So I think they had some contribution to it. And he's one good lawyer. One of the best commercial lawyer in the country, renowned and maybe in the Caribbean.
Well,
So
I think that is conflict of interest because if you
well,
say
back then he never have no
if
back then he
you
never
say
have
to
no
me
back then he
if
never have
if
back
you
then he
say
never have no
if you
aspirations
said to
to
me
be in a politics.
true, but if you said to me say I'm into shipping and you say boy and logistics and you said to me boy the me think some want start a little business, more have some trucks where them just grow on the island and buy, produce and whatever. And we have this one sort in place. And I am into like me say shipping and logistics. I'm say, yeah man, that's a good idea. But I think you should buy some trucks from England because we're all of them the time there. Me have my people them line up. That is conflict of interest. So I'm advising you for me make my money.
Yeah, but as me say, to my understanding, he didn't have plans to get into politics, and then at that time he would act as a as a
Me
businessman,
hear you. And this is
so
why
we cannot speak to we
this
cannot
is
speak
just
to
nailing down my
speak
point.
to
This is just nailing down my point. When Tana or whoever asked him if he had benefiting by just saying I was a businessman, again, him just kicking the can down the road. So you have
yeah, but
somebody like me
I
with an
mean,
analytical mind.
but
Me now go just
but
repeat what him say and say, oh,
but
Mark say
to
he was a businessman.
but to be honest, there there are situations and there are times when we're going to get the answers. We expect coming to these are just
So
conversation
if you just buy
starters.
pussy
There'll
in
be
a bag then.
opportunities. No, there'll be opportunities to ask. You have to demand for a radio
Yeah, but
station
what may I
and
say is you have people
the
who say we
people
not
to
to ask no
ask a
question.
question. Why? You don't believe that?
All right, boss.
You have to ask questions, man.
Thank you very much. Let's do this
Alrighty.
earlier one next time. And it's
Yes,
been a
yes,
while.
well,
A couple Mondays. Well, me I say Joachim can chat and in a workout. But thanks for
yeah,
being
no
here,
workout.
and
Call
we
me
will do
next
this
week,
some
man.
more. All right, cool, no problem. We'll do. Thank you, my brother.
Cool. Sounds good.
All right, cool. So I saw some of you got annoyed. Somebody commented earlier and say I was destroying my brand and all of that. But me I tell you no, like I want to hear people because I'm a friend, but when you hear what going on a while ago, he's trying to make the point that Mark is not deceptive, and I'm saying yes, every step of the way, even his own stuff that he brought in, proved to me, and I don't think the man can be trusted. And if I was a Colin Anthony, Shaka Fame Bell, I would know this more than anybody else because Colin waited 3 years, 2 years to be named as caretaker for East Portland. And as soon as the case bust, they must say, no, man, I sat want to see it. Yeah, me move Colin that, I remember even when they blew that poll, did the sounding, where them say, Portland, both East and West, the PMP was leading, and that was before them even named Shaka Fame or Colin. And when as gone to the poll, they're creating attraction and all of these things. Mark and Dayton just move Colin Bell, and Colin is still singing high praises for Mark Jefferson Golden, and Dr. Dayton Campbell. No, if the PMP is not a cult, there is no God. I repeat that. If the PMP is not a cult, there is no God. Mark my word. When somebody can damage your future, your aspiration, you want to run for, you want to better your parish, and them finally give you the nod after 2 years, and them take it back from you, and you have to still go around and sing high praises. Well, I guess senator seat get issue, or chairman of boards and all of that. Well, Shaka Fame, go and do what you do, your brother. Sing for your supper. It may work out for you. Yeah, but I'm not asking at the ring, a ring or a game. I don't know what it is. This guy is incredible. I'm flabbergasted. No, PNP are gifted. I tell you, PNP, they're gifted. And you try to do the PNP stunt, which what they do is they talk over you. They don't give you a chance to talk. They just, whether they have the microphone as the host or they're the guest. I said they do it with Dion all the time. The last time Patricia Sutherland was on Dion show, couldn't get in a word. When Dayton Campbell was on, she couldn't get in a word. But you heard how she dealt with Senator Marlon Morgan. Like she was like she got offense for him even just calling him just regular Jamaica. Then we say, but yeah. Anyway, can someone please tell me which case Golden has ever won? He's a what them call it, business lawyer. So them write like contracts and defend people stuff. But like me say, I have a bunch of clips that I really wanted to play, and I think I want to go out with let's say me can't find it. Simon and Hyman this morning, because like I say, I first me hear somebody shut up Hyman and Simon did it. So let me see if I
which
eat this.
would mean the policy apparatus that led. Yeah, you have a whole lot of international consultants working with Finsac during the Finsac period. Yeah, yeah. So being a consultant is different from being a creator.
Agreed.
Yeah,
But to say I had nothing to do
yeah,
with
well,
it is kind of misleading.
yeah, well,
And here's the problem for Mark Golding. When he was asked about his citizenship, he kind of fumbled that ball as well. Now his opponents are saying, hold on, him fumbled that ball, him saying about, Jim is a Jamaican, Didn't almost denying that him is a British citizen. Now he's saying, listen, I had nothing to do with Finsac. as he said there, which is not quite true because he had something to do with it, not the creation of it, as you say. But I think Mark needs to be more
precise.
Because if you're not,
Yeah, it leads to
it leads to speculation, etc.
Well, I believe that we should have published the FinSac report.
So do I.
Yeah.
Now, here's the question I'm going to ask you. Based on what Senator Fitzhenry has outlined here, where does that information come from? In one such payment, the PNP administration, via the Ministry of Finance and Planning, had an obligation to pay Daring Bunting and Golding 29.5 million. An obligation, why? What was the obligation?
Well, that he must tell you. He should have
But
stated.
hold on, where would he get that information?
I'm going to pause it there. You heard what Hyman did? He must tell you. Corporate lawyer, thank you. Corporate lawyer. So Shaka Fame tried to do me the same thing. Couple of Saturdays I called him when I said, listen, this whole thing with law, because he kept on saying, oh, I asked even Marlon to send me the conversation, the WhatsApp conversation, the full conversation with Lawrence and Dayton and whatever, and he can't send it because he don't have it. And I'm like, buy it. I hear Gen Sec. Why you not call him now on the program and ask him, was there a conversation with you and Lawrence? What did you say? No. And he bring up the whole thing about who if prove guilt or innocent and take. So that is what Hyman did Simon a while ago. When Simon said to him what that payment was for, you hear Hyman? Him supposed to tell us. No, Hyman, you tell us. Hypocrite. Anyway, that is it for me. The man can't help but lie. There is no FinSac report. Exactly. There is no FinSac report. And like I say, I have it on my my Facebook page. Yes, I'm old, so I still do Facebook. There's a observer pointing from Portia. People are asking Portia. So now I think it's so hypocritical where PMP now asking for a report. Why? And they had a chance to publish it. Why they never publish it? Think not easy. But Simon issue now a while ago was to saying, since there's not a report, there is just some archive, whatever, and they deducted whatever they needed to. How comes the senator got those information that money was paid to DGMB? And Hyman did say that information would have been there in the finance ministry anyways. Jamaica 411 posted that info that Abka brought from last year. The info is there. Why is journalists like Simon unaware of how because Simon is not a journalist. Simon is a opinionative talk show host like myself. Him said over and over. But he was trying. I didn't play the entire. I'm going to drop it on my YouTube page. You will get that. So yes, guys, I do drop things from time to time, not only my live. So please subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Those of you who are watching, I saw the number peaked at something like 49 tonight, which may know when I come off, make us enough more than that. But if you're still watching and if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe at the end of the show. Also, please like the button. It's not too late for you to do so. Same thing for the other videos that I just share from time to time, because I am setting up my archives, with, later on, we have some stuff to find. But Simon was trying to cast something to say I want Lee kind of something Fitz Enley get the information from. That he was trying to create a web. And again, PMP is known for that. They create their own straw man. I have to talk about this before I leave, although I'm running way over time. I last read at 10 o'clock. So remember, guys, we're live 9 to 10. That is the usual time. But I heard people telling, even then, one caller did call in and say, when Marco Rubio come, no for run him, no for day, and everybody had an opinion. Because the whole away opinion is just like, everybody, all of us have one, unless you do a historical man. But yeah, and they knew what was going to be talked about. And the whole of them look like idiots. Because I heard my prime minister stated that, listen, we have been in business with Cuba over 50 years. And we train our people and they leave. And that I only thing, me not tell a lie. Me wish my prime minister did say, and he had to single out America. He could have just say, yep, and the ABC country them take them. On we train with nurses and doctors and all of these things. So, but I heard the minister for sure again how hypocritical these people are. I heard the minister of what when me I done the show, the thing I move up. I heard the minister of you see the power of just liking and sharing people. See the number go up and I'm ending the show. If you're joining us for the very first time, I'm here every Sunday night. Sorry, every Monday night. 8 Central Time, 9 Eastern. So the minister came out and said, listen, the issue that America have is that they're saying their countries, which Marco Rubio stated that, press secretary, Marco Rubio, that there are countries who the agreement that they have with thing, they send out their health workers and they confiscate their passports, and they pay the Cuban government. So that tantamount to trafficking, human trafficking, right? That is the case that was put forward. So everybody did I say, and I'm saying I said it last week and I'm going to repeat it. I wish I had the patience and due diligence like a Dr. Wholeness. I wish. Because I'm like, I'm atted. You say something, me just want to deal with it right there and then. And I heard the minister say something the other day of minister of what is it? I don't know me attack. She said, listen, man, she told Simon that I prefer to be ridiculed, dragged, and bashed about not saying anything than come out and say something and say the wrong thing. I have to clarify it. So when she came out and why me can't remember what is her ministry? Yeah, foreign affairs. I'm tired. You can't see it. She said, listen, we have things that we are in dialogue both with Cuba and America about. You know, we can tweak things but we're not trafficking nobody. We don't hold on no passport. And when we pay the health workers, we pay them directly. So that does not apply to us. Now, suppose Andrew did foo like some people and follow Mia Motley, who don't have no health staff working for her. She not nobody from Cuba, but she ready to give up visa. See, that is a lesson there, people. And Akim said it. He's like, oh, listen to them, and that's the look into your own life and see for the last 9 years, compare it with the 9 years before when your life was better. Minister Johnson, yes, thank you very much, Doctor Hero. I was asking Minister of what, but it's Foreign Affairs. I figured it out. Thanks for that too. Maybe you're typing it after. Yeah, look into your life and assess it because Dr. Ganza is he's well recognized and respected in the Caribbean. And he went to Portland and talk about oh him now give up him Cuban people them and they can take him visa and all of these things. No, Jamaica is Jamaica is we're a big shoes in the Caribbean, you know. We have over 400 health workers. And again, PNP tried to spin a narrative. Some health workers, about 300 of them work thing contract expired. And it so happened that it's in the time they're supposed to move. And Conrad O'Brien, him sent it to me. I call him name because I have the proof. I talk about them have to send back 300 healthcare workers and the government I try hush it up. And yes, sometimes we have to call out the lie them. We can't just say, oh, it is a no, we have to say what the lie is and then beat it down. So yes, Mr. O'Brien, you are spreading a false narrative, a lie. The people them never get they weren't kicked out because of America. Said to kick them out. Nothing like that. It's just coincident that them contract came to an end, expire. What? Life goes on. We still have it. So the Prime Minister sent out him minister, which I cannot understand PMP. When the Prime Minister send out him ministers and portfolio and them talk on it behalf. No, we don't want to hear that me here, Pampo. We don't want to hear from Minister Johnson. We want to hear from the Prime Minister. The Prime Minister come out, come talk. And the Prime Minister, Sister Mia Mattel come talk and Dr. Gonzalez talk. And when the Prime Minister spoke at the right time, that is something that I'm praying for. God is still working on me with that. Although I know some hold it and just say it the right time. So I want to big up the Prime Minister because I want to take a page out of your book, sir. He spoke the right time. And that is when at the meeting, at the press briefing, and him said, listen, we have a good thing going with Cuba for over 40, 50 years. Yeah, and we train for nurses and doctors and end up going to other countries and all of these things. So we are gonna make sure, I hear Simon confessing to say him never know say the Prime Minister would have come out the way he did. And he was very impressed. And I'm like, yo, me I wonder what going in a Simon head from the other day, because Simon just attack the things them and I set the PMP them straight. Yeah. Even today, I cannot believe it. I heard Simon shut up for the very first time. I mean, Hyman. And it's because what Simon put to him to say, listen, Mark asked about him if he's a British citizen and him skirt round it. Which him all him have to say is, yeah. Until whatever people call it lie, I don't know what it is. My father thing, I me get my thing from my father. Just say it and done it right. That's all. Argument done. But like I say, if PMP is not a cult, there is no God. And it may seem like I'm blaspheming, but I know because I know there is a God. But me just I say, yeah. Someone said PMP is an enemy of the state, and I agree. Me agree too. Because up to today, I heard them on talk show saying, yo, the prime minister should have run Marco Rubio and let it. Yo, listen. And I heard Dr. Gale say something, and I like it. It's better if your friend the bully in the class, you know. It's better if you remember when you used to go to school and you have some bully in the class. It's better if your friend the bully. Chances are the bully may not bully you. We should stop pretend that America is not a big force to be reckoned with. You more, although we hear it over and over, America not a friend them have allies. It's better if you try be America friend. So you have to come up now, come say, go away like the caller, they tell the and say, no, sir, what would we achieve if we do that? Run him wet, not listen to him. He might come for tell you forget. Oh, them know way me that comforter. And then you are them still put twist to it to say, I have that clip too, I didn't play it. They had some guest and Paul out the other morning and he was saying, oh, you really believe that he came to talk to tell you that they're going to look into this and look into that? They could have what we got out of it. When I heard the admission from the Secretary of State saying, listen, most of the territory, Caribbean, whatever, the murders that has been taking place is guns originated, bought in the USA, made in the USA. I never know I would live to hear such an admission. Now, do I believe they're going to do anything to stop the guns from leaving America? I've been saying this since my start travel. America cares zero about what leave them country, except money and jobs. No, that the president, but yeah, America, them not really care. I know they could do more to prevent guns from leaving their shores. Like I sent off a document today to Jamaica, and they had to scan my driver's license. So everything that is sent to Jamaica, there is linked to it. So I think we can do more. But what the secretary said, oh, what we're going to do is we're going to work with you guys to equip you to do a better job. Now, to me, any help is better than no help at all. But I really think America can do more to help with gun leaving their shores. You know, may I say, but it is what it is. But we end up hearing and seeing our prime minister standing up and talking at the right time and saying the right things. Me glad, me glad. Anyway, let me read that as a reserve. People, let me say thank you very much. You can please come early next week so we can done the show on time, so we can go do the other things the morning did set out for the earlier this evening. For those of you who just discover us, like Christopher Combocos, yeah, I'm live here on Vibes Corner Radio, DP live page every Monday night, 9 to 10 Eastern Standard Time, 8 Central. Until then, if you find any of this interesting, just do the like something, click the link, share it with your friends, put them all about, cause we have to combat the lies, them enough. But when you hear the confession already, Mark said, listen, boy, we can't deal with them, them strong. We can't. Yes, start ball career already. Until next week, if you can be good, please be careful. My name is Damian Phillips. You can please follow me on Facebook. It's Damian Phillips there. I'm on Twitter, DP, something I don't remember. I'm tired of YouTube and TikTok. Please search, just like, share. See you next week. Bye bye.
DP stands for Damian Phillips. All who never knew get with it. So if you see a girl's phone and it's my name DP, don't feel no way, or just a habit. Politics, it doesn't matter, me I go talk. Bringing light to the lost so you will get it. DP is my name, please don't spoil it. Big up Portland, St. Thomas, Jamaica and America. Come listen my show. On the corner me I bring, come chat. Voice your concerns. As I share everything, just know it's a general knowledge. Views expressed, you know the rest. Come chat with DP. Call me Damian Phillips. Yeah. So if you see your girl's phone and it's my name DP, don't feel no way, or just the habit. Politics, politics, it doesn't matter, me I go talk. Bringing light to the lost so you will get it. DP is my name, please don't spoil it. Big up Portland, St. Thomas, Jamaica and America. America, come listen my show. On the corner me I bring, come chat, voice your concerns. As I share everything, just know it's a general knowledge. Yeah, views expressed, you know the rest. Come chat with DP, call me Damian Phillips, yeah. Come listen my show. On the corner me I bring, come chat, voice your concerns. As I share everything.